Well, hello everyone and welcome to another Larry's Orchids Growing Guide. Today we're going to be talking about Bulbophyllum. And Bulbophyllum is one of those orchids that it's more of your aficionado orchids because you have to, number one, know how to grow an orchid pretty well because they have some pretty tricky care tips. But if you do know how to take care of them or can give them the things that they need, they're going to be very awesome for you to grow. Now, what makes them so unique? And that is the flower. Where they grow, they really like to attract flies. And so one way that the plant is adapted to attracting flies is to have the flower smell like rotting meat. So if you've ever left meat out and it gets that very, very, very unpleasant odor, that is what these smell like. And so for a lot of people, that is one of those cool things that they can grow. Now, it might not smell the best, but it's the sense that they're growing such a unique orchid, and it's one of those ones that probably your neighbor definitely won't have. Now, when it comes to Bulbophyllums, and I'm going to stress this a lot, is the humidity. If you cannot give them 60% or higher humidity, they're going to suffer. So make sure that you have a greenhouse or a misting system or very high humidity, because if you don't, they're going to not do as well. Now, another thing is that they need sunlight. So if you can give them a strong south-facing window, they're going to do very well in that environment. However, if you can't give them that, a east or west-facing window will be your next best option, but they won't grow as well. So a strong south-facing window is what we prefer. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is watering. When it comes to Bulbophyllums, they like water. And so the common term of when in doubt, don't water, ignore that. When in doubt, water. They're going to like that because in the environment they grow, they get rain on a pretty regular basis. So they're going to do well in that sense that when you water, they're going to appreciate it. So there is the watering. Now let's talk about fertilizing. Now when it comes to fertilizing, the Bulbophyllums will benefit from a weekly fertilizing of quarter strength. So whatever your normal orchid fertilizer is, add 4 times as much water, because when it's diluted down 4 times, that is going to be what the Bulbophyllum really will appreciate. So then what you do is you use that from basically late spring into early fall. And then once early fall is over with, you can then move that to about once a month. So instead of the weekly fertilizer, in the colder months, you're going to want to have just once a month because it really doesn't use all that much fertilizer in those slower growing periods. And the very last thing is when it comes to repotting, make sure that you do not repot all that often. People sometimes like to switch pots and, oh, this one doesn't look all that good, so I'm going to repot it. Or, oh, I think it needs to be repotted, so I'm going to repot it again. Bulbophyllums do not like to be repotted all that often, and it will reflect in the plant's health. So make sure that you pick the pot that you like and leave it in there for a long, long, long time till it's absolutely needing to be repotted, because it will benefit from staying in the same place for a long period of time. And that way you can have a nice healthy plant. So that's about all I got for growing Bulbophyllums. Hopefully you enjoyed. I know it's a little more complicated, but the payoff is definitely worth it. So like they say, high risk, high reward. So it's a great plant to grow if you can offer those requirements that the plant needs. And hopefully you will try it if you can, because I think it's an awesome, awesome orchid to grow. So until next episode, I hope you all enjoyed. Hopefully you will share this with your friends if you did. And I'll talk to you all later. This is Luke from Larry's Orchids, thanking you for making us the #1 stop shop for all your orchid and tropical needs. Take care, everyone. Bye.